Greetings, family. This is a video. This is a different kind of video here we're going to be doing tonight. I did a reading earlier and I got some kind of disturbing things, energies throughout the video that I previously did. I can't remember what sign it was. So just bear with me here. So, this video is for the boy who is seeking the approval of father, a mother, seeking the parents' approval. You have the strength, you have the ability to write your own destiny. Write your own script. Let go of the approval issues. I see you. It's not your fault. It's not your fault you were told that men couldn't cry. It's not your fault that you were told that men had to provide for the family, had to be the head of the household, had to run and be in charge of the money. It's not your fault that you had to get the straight A's and you had to be a certain type of way. It's not your fault. Let it go. It's not your fault. I see you. I know your story. To the boy who was abandoned by both parents, who had to fend for themselves, who was left on the streets. It's not your fault. Who had to find comfort in wherever and whenever you can. Who had to find family and fight for yourself. Fight for your own well-being. It's not your fault. It's not your fault that they left you behind. It's not your fault that they were addicts. It's not your fault that they couldn't provide for you. It's not your fault they left you to the streets. It's not your fault. Let it go. I see you and I know your story. To the boy who was left in the care of someone who was supposed to protect you. It's not your fault that they touched you. It's not your fault. It's not your fault. They were supposed to protect you. They were supposed to watch over you. It's not your fault. It's not your fault that you couldn't tell anyone. They made you feel you couldn't open up. You couldn't tell anyone. It's not your fault. They were supposed to protect you. It's not your fault. You trusted them, and it's not your fault. I see you, and I know your story. To the boy who was scolded, because you were the memory because you remind her of that one love that abandoned her. Scold because every time that she looks at you, she sees the man that she once loved, that she thought would never leave. It's not your fault. It's not your fault. You felt as though you could do nothing right. The verbal abuse. It's not your fault. I see you, and I know your story. 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 They tell you men don't cry. You have my tears. They tell you to be strong. Real men don't cry. Real men shouldn't cry. The stories you can't share with anyone. The untold stories. The stories that you wouldn't dare share with friends. Couldn't. Fear of judgment. Judgment by society. These are the stories, the untold stories of his emotions. The emotions that no one wants to discuss. The emotions that no one wants to talk about. I see you, and I know your story. I know your story, and I love you. I truly love you. To the boy that was never told, I love you. To the little boy inside that was never comforted, I love you. I know your story. your story.